dead, Jim. He's dead, Jim. Up your shaft. Up your shaft. He's dead, Jim. He's dead, Jim. He's dead, Jim. He's dead, Jim.
I have a little extra theme on there. Hello! Welcome to another episode of Trek in the Valley, the non-encyclopedic Star Trek, the original series recap and rewatch podcast, but now more so just the general Star Trek recap and rewatch podcast.
Yeah.
I'm here as usual with, my name's Adam Ordall Quinnell. I'm here with my co-host from the Mo-host.
Hey, everybody, it's Al Hirt. What's up here?
Mr. Al Hirt. What is up indeed? Let me check some levels quick.
Hello, test.
Yeah, that looks better.
Cool.
All right. Yes, every week we get together in the sunny San Fernando Valley to discuss some sort of Star Trek episode or film or something. Al, what have we covered to date on the podcast on Trek in the Valley?
What have we covered today or up to date?
Up to date. What have we covered so far? For a new listener.
Yeah, we've covered the original series. And then the 6 movies.
6 movies.
And then we have covered, 10 animated series episodes now?
Something like, this will be the 8th one, I think.
Oh, the 8th. Okay. So we're a couple away from 10. And then, 1 or 2, we have Futurama episode,
Lower Decks episode.
Yeah, Lower Decks.
And the J.J. Abrams movies.
That's
Don't
right.
forget about those.
The
J.J.
That's right.
And so we get together and we watch some kind of Star Trek thing and then we talk about it.
Yes.
We'll discuss that in a second, but this is all just getting ready because at some point in February or early March, we're going to kick off the next generation. But we're just having too damn much fun talking about the original series, the Star Trek, the animated series. So we're doing more episodes of that.
Yeah, and these episodes definitely came out a lot better than I thought they were going to be.
They're good.
I just thought it was going to be really cheesy, you know.
No, I like it.
Saturday morning vibes, which it kind of does have, but the episodes are like so much more to the point.
These two are specifically the ones that we're recording, or the one at least that we're recording today is very it's heavy shit for Saturday morning. But before we talk about our episode for this week, we've got a segment, and I have a new segment theme for the first time. So here we go. This is the first segment we do after we say hello to you guys.
What does Al remember?
This is What Does Al Remember? Al, what do you remember from last week's episode that we covered?
Last week we did Lower Decks?
Lower Decks?
Yes.
There you go.
And it was the pilot.
It was the first, the pilot episode of the Lower Decks.
I mean, I guess a big generalization of the first episode is that, it's just shelling out, introducing the 4 main characters, and really rapid firing a bunch of cool jokes and setting the scene for the whole season. Mm-hmm. But we have Boimler.
Just name the 4. Name the 4 leads. The kids. 4. Boimler, purple hair,
and then Mariner.
Yeah, Beckett Mariner.
Tavi.
Tendi. Yep. Tendi, and then Rutherford.
Rutherford. That's the 4th.
And I think, they do a good job in that episode because they also introduce the bridge crew and kind of the general organs of the Cerritos. But what do you remember about the story?
The story. Well, it was just that basically they were doing second contact with the planet, and that the Cerritos you kind of see from the get-go is kind of like the B team, the second squad. Mm-hmm. And the humor comes from the fact that, in the title, Lower Decks, and that they're just the kind of the grunts of the Cerritos, these 4 main people.
Yes. And
the story, I guess, goes where they go do second contact, and then 2 of the characters, Boimler and Mariner, they deal with some shady, back alley, dealing that Mariner gets up to. But it's just really her being a nice person.
Right.
But then it's also Boimler wanting to be, disciplined and strict and sticking with the rules.
Yeah.
But And then the other plot is Rutherford and
he's on a date.
Tendy.
No,
they're on a date.
Not
right?
Tendy, but he's just on a date with a different lady.
Right, he's on a date with another lady, and then a zombie breakout kind of happens from the second contact, and like a bunch of chaos ensues, and then Tendy's helping the doctor.
Yeah.
And then I guess she's is she a chemist or is she going to be a doctor?
She ends up in science.
Okay.
She ends up being a science senior. She's going to be a science officer.
Anyways, so chaos ensues. A bunch of like zombies take over. Boimler ends up covered in like all this really gross like sap, I guess.
Yeah, it's
saliva
from a
spider
thing.
I guess. Yeah.
Yes.
There's a lot of funny jokes about the spider and stuff and not harming it.
Spoil the milk.
Yeah. And then from the saliva, though, the doctor is able to make a cure, and they take credit for the cure, and they just leave, the four main characters that like actually helped out all behind. And it's just setting this whole precipice of like, hey, these guys are just not the best,
They're the lower deckers are the ones who do all the work and get the least credit.
Right.
Credit
and
always goes to command.
It feels like a literal, I don't know. It feels really, I mean, they're in space, but it's like more of a grounded take on what it is to be on the crew.
Yeah. It's a great little workplace comedy, and the workplace happens to be Star Trek, kind of.
Yeah, and again, it's kind of like rapid fire, like Futurama, in terms of them shooting out references or like just making jokes in general about the situations they're in, like stuff that we've talked about, like, oh, this is the hell ship, and like all this crazy shit happens on the daily, or like, all these things seem really dangerous, but they do it anyways,
Yeah, and one thing that the only thing I think that you missed, great summary.
Oh, thanks.
Is that Beckett Mariner is the captain's daughter.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And the captain asks Boimler to spy on her like a little fucking shithead weasel.
They bring it up immediately, though, right, Boimler?
Well, no, he tells her he doesn't tell.
Next episode?
No, he doesn't tell. They don't find out that the rest of the crew doesn't find out that Mariner is the captain's daughter until close to the end of the first season.
Oh yeah, I mean, I figured that would be an overarching one.
Yeah, but he doesn't tell. He doesn't even know about it until then.
But he confronts her about like
the
him
captain
watching her.
Yes,
which is
he comes
totally fine.
but that's at the end after they've been like all tense about Mariner doing her off the books helping farmers that milk a giant spider. But yeah, so that was it. That was the episode's second contact of Lower Decks.
Yes.
If you liked us talking about Lower Decks in the future, we are likely to do a Patreon where we'll have bonus episodes and stuff. And one of the things I want to do is cover Lower Decks and Strange New Worlds, because Lower Decks takes place around the time of Next Generation or shortly thereafter. And Strange New Worlds is before all the shit we've already seen. So we can cover that without like stepping on Voyager's junk. But yeah, so that was last week. And this week we are talking about an episode of Star Trek the Animated Series. I asked Al, I said, Al, you get to pick the next couple episodes. What do you want? And he picked the first episode of the series and the last episode of the series. And today we're talking about Star Trek the Animated Series, Beyond the Farthest Star.
Yeah, I was actually looking at a list of titles, online and stuff, and people were like, oh, this one. And then I just picked the two that had the craziest titles,
There you go.
The other one being the Counterclock Incident.
Well, this one
this
one did have a good title, as you said, but it's also a highly rated episode. It says on IMDb. So this is one of the tops of the Star Trek the Animated Series. And this episode premiered on Saturday morning, September 8th, 1973.
Okay.
And the synopsis on Paramount Plus is the Enterprise finds a deserted starship orbiting a dead star. And we love it, don't we, folks?
Okay, cool.
And I really dig the intro still. I love the fucking the animated intro.
Yeah.
We're watching these on Paramount Plus, where we always watch this stuff because they have like the most recent versions of things. And the animation in the opening is so good because it's so cheap but effective. Like how they they use so few frames to actually like make things happen, and I really dig it. I dig it, and I like the Saturday morning cartoon version of the theme song too.
And they do they go all out with the Enterprise making like a hard left turn, you know.
That's crazy animation to the opening. It's like, whoa, they're not just pulling it across they're not just pulling a clear panel across the screen. So this episode was written by Samuel A. Peoples.
Huh.
Samuel A. Peoples.
Shout out to Samuel.
Right?
This is a very good story to start off with. It was really strong.
I like it. And now, so they're on a star charting mission, but they're also investigating a QTAR M716 where they're receiving a strange radio emission. A couple things about this opening. I love the fucking radar display when they show it.
Oh, yeah?
I think Sulu's going to look at it soon here. There's an awesome... All the displays on the bridge on this animated episode look fucking great, and they're all just going nuts in the background.
Yeah.
But the radar display, and they do some... There it is.
Oh, I see.
Look at that.
Yeah.
It looks like a fancy watch face, kind of. And then they're... the shaky camera right there when they get hit by something or something crazy happens. And then they find out that there's like a weird thing fucking with them, and it's the source of the radio emission.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, what is it called? Something pulling them in?
Yeah, that's gravity.
It's like a tractor beam, sort of.
Well, it's this thing that they find that's the source of the radio emissions has like crazy amounts of gravity.
And that's like pulling them in, right?
Yeah, it's definitely affecting their ability to bug the fuck out. Eventually, is this the episode where they grab it with a tractor beam and it pulls them through space, or is that the other one?
No, I think that's the other one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because they both get pulled in.
So he's saying that Spock is saying that it's imploding matter, and it's super dense, and it's pulling the Enterprise towards it. Sulu, there's nothing he can do. It looks like a moon.
Yeah.
Just looks like a moon floating around out there. They got impact in 93 seconds. Oh, now he's going to count down all 91. But they keep... this is a good episode because it's got more Nichelle Nichols than we've got in the previous animated series episodes, I think.
It does.
Yeah, there's definitely... I actually really like the shot of the moon thing with the stars in the background. Mm-hmm. It looks like a Magic the Gathering card.
Yeah.
But
and the thing is just not really like flat, but just it's cool to see what these concept arts are like coming from, and now that's all like, oh, let's just use all these references that we have already from what we've built from the show and just put it on full display. And I mean, the entire crew is like way more attractive,
right?
Because they got to save time on, the animating their...
Yeah, they didn't animate their craggy faces.
Yeah. And the heat lamps.
4 years, all the sweat. They should have animated They should have animated Dr. McCoy's fucking sweat.
They got the eye bags on McCoy, though.
They do, yeah, they did.
To distinct him.
They got the bags. I think it's funny that the whites of Uhura's eyes are the same color as her skin. Yeah. They really were saving the cheese. And this is where they try to slingshot around the thing to get away from it, and then they find this very cool sci-fi concept.
This is one of the coolest ships I've seen.
Tale as old as time. Star Trek's got an amazing sci-fi concept. It's a giant ship, like as big as 100 Enterprises or more, and it looks like it's made of organic material.
Yeah, it looks like a plant with like little pods.
It does look like a plant. We find out later that it's a bug.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big bug. So it's a weird bug ship. I think the ship looks awesome. I do think it's funny, like, imagine if you were like a 10-year-old kid watching this and it's just like hard sci-fi shit. Like they find a 300 million-year-old spaceship and you're just like, whoa, my brain is not the same anymore.
Yeah, and it's really freaky that they're describing how, this place or this ship could have possibly been made, and that like once they land or transport onto the ship, they're touching the hull and stuff where it has a hole in it, and they're saying like, man, these aren't like sheets of metal being laid onto each other. These are like filaments, like being kind of almost like shot out. It's freaky.
Yeah, dude, it's a big old bug ship. A civilization so advanced 300 million years ago before life even existed on Earth. And of course, Bone says barely an instant in the time of eternity, Jim. This is for children. This is a show that was on Saturday fucking mornings, dude. And so they board this ship. He takes the whole senior staff with him. And they need life support belts because they don't want to pay to draw spacesuits on them.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I love the life support belts because never in animation has there been a more clear case of we would rather outline these characters with a Sharpie or whatever, or the yellow highlighter, than fucking draw the slightly bigger, more expensive spacesuit version of the characters.
Yeah, and it's like when we saw those cats in the Slaver Weapon. Because, like, they couldn't be fully cats because, you know, they had to draw that fur. So then they just put the suit on them.
Yes, right?
So they, save a little bit of time.
Get
the shape.
I wonder if those cats are the same race as the Doctor from
dude,
Lower Decks, right?
Cool.
So I got to talk about how rad the sci-fi designs are for this ship for a second. Like, holy shit, dude. 6 minutes and 36 seconds in. And the away team is standing on like this big stalk that leads into one of the ships. And it looks like a fucking pulp sci-fi cover, you know? Like it's so rad. Like they didn't have to make that shot go so fucking hard. And then it pulls back and you see all the pods and stuff. It's like a real ass hard sci-fi like novel it's great.
They really wanted to pull the stops on that shot.
Like a spider spins his webs, and then at one point Spock is hugging the wall, like examining it. I've never seen anything like this. It's almost like it's made out of bug shit.
What's cool too is that once you look inside one of those pods, like that shot that Adam was talking about earlier, there's like these little humps inside, and like you see the shadow and how far it is and the great expanse and the depth, and like it's kind of like inexplicable, but like you can't stop looking. Kind of like what is it, body horror stuff? What's that guy called?
David Cronenberg. What's that guy called? What's that guy called?
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do. David Cronenberg.
Yes, it's Cronenberg stuff.
Or nowadays,
I was gonna say Junji Ito.
Or Coralie Farragut, the director of The Substance and Revenge. It's another big body horror. Or also David Cronenberg's kid does it too.
But it's like those purple stems from the ground up and stuff.
It looks like a disgusting inside of a body. It looks like fat cells. Like, when you see like a cross section of fat cells at the doctor. Remember, I guess I was a kid way before you. When I was a kid in school, the worst thing that you could do is become a fat person. It felt like the health classes, they were just always about like measuring your BMI and shit. And like there's a bunch of I'm a fat guy, and it was so fucking terrible and embarrassing. And it's just, now that I think about it, none of that shit mattered.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I've probably even outlived some of my classmates.
There we go.
So they're inside the ship, they're scanning it, and Kirk is just blown away after all these millenniums. And he refers to the wands are accumulators and the other bulges are attractors, and there's some kind of energy. The ship came to life. Now, I would be worried. Me personally,
I would be like, why don't we leave?
Like me, if I'm on a giant organic bug ship and it comes to life, I'm going to like I'm going to get the fuck out of there. And now they're feeling things, physiological symptom of latent primal superstition, the fear of primitive people confronting something unknown to them. Hey, shut up, Spock. We're on a scary bug ship, dude. Just, you don't... fuck you, dude. Like, look at this shit.
Kirk was like, Spock, I mean, you're our age too. Like, this is not...
Well, he's not. He's older than them.
Yeah, but he's still like, I guess in terms of what? How long has Vulcans lived compared to humans?
Vulcans live for hundreds of years.
Right.
So a Vulcan could be like 500 fucking years old.
I meant like in the terms of of the overall scheme. You know, like Vulcans introduced us to the Federation after we did warp drive.
Yeah, they made the Federation with us.
Oh, that's right.
The Federation didn't exist. Humans were like, hey, we love voting for shit.
Oh, really?
like humans were like, oh, if there's a way that we could vote in fucking space, god damn it, I can't imagine to vote in space. My god, we can't even imagine it. We're liberals in 2027 when Zefram Cochrane, isn't it 2025? Isn't it this year that Zefram Cochrane makes his... We're a little bit behind. We're behind on warp drive. But yeah, so they're digging
it still
through.
Freaky though.
Yeah, and also don't make kids in school feel fat. All right. So they're on this giant bug ship that's coming back to life. I love how they walk. They walk like fucking action figures that are like they're literally like 3.75-inch Kenner action figures that are just animated walking around, and I'm not mad at it. I love it.
What's great is that they nail these wide shots, and it's like all this crazy, beautiful sci-fi, and then these silly little figures
Tiny
that are
little
just
guys
like walking across.
Well,
they're still trying to get it.
Arms
though.
just swinging at the shoulders. Yeah, this is the first episode. That's the other thing. We're doing these out of order because I didn't anticipate us liking them so much. So we did like a best of, and then we found out, oh, these are actually pretty fucking cool. But yeah, so now they're looking around. What are they trying to accomplish at this point? Like they're just exploring the ship, right?
Yeah, they're trying to figure out how it works and what happened to it, I guess.
Well, so here's my question.
And
so
how
there's
it works.
There's no
to
is
get
there
to the bridge?
Is there any jeopardy anymore at this point? Like, they got away from the super dense thing, right? Mm-hmm. Or did the super dense thing?
They flew away from it.
Well, but are they orbiting it now or something? Like, did the super dense thing also capture this ship? Is that what they're saying?
Oh yeah, I think so. No. That's not what they say right away, but that's what you find out. Because I remember what happens. They get somehow the Enterprise touches the planet. Something happens.
I didn't remember what happened.
No, it's because both of these episodes that I chose start out like in a similar fashion.
They do. Yeah. There's a good exchange between. We don't get a lot of good exchanges between Scotty and Spock.
Bones? Oh, Spock.
But there's one here because Scotty is like, but no life form could survive for 300 million years. And Spock goes, you're right. No known life form. And if I was Scotty, I'd be like, oh, bitch, was I right then or what? Like, if I was right, you wouldn't have fucking had to say anything, would you, motherfucker?
Or he could have just been like, I just said that.
He's done that. Spock has done that
exactly.
before, yeah. And then I love, we're paused at 10:55 and the door is buzzing. And Bones is going, Jim, the door, and the look on his face is making me piss. It's so funny. Oh, and now it's like there's something trying to get in. Yeah. Now there's Geopardy. Mm-hmm. Something's trying to get in. The field of interference is reacting against the magnetic flux lines, captains. This is for kids.
How do you know that? You just got on the ship,
right? Spock is smart.
Right.
In a regular episode of the live action series, they would spend a whole commercial they would spend a whole act figuring out how the power is working on the door or whatever.
And they'd explain it really.
Look at
simply.
that shot.
Yeah.
11 and a half minutes in, there's a crazy screen that's like exploding with light, and then there's a giant bug man looking right at him.
It's funny though, it cuts to a shot of all four of them, and you see Kirk with his arms out, just like waiting.
I'm waiting to see a bug.
There's like this phenomenal light, and it's all this amazing music, and he's just standing there with his arms on his hips, like, I'm waiting.
I'm waiting for all this stuff to be done doing its thing, and then we're going to look at a bug.
He's like, this is probably the least phenomenal thing I've seen so far on this ship.
I don't want to talk over the fact that right now I think Spock is mind melding with this computer so that he can make it translate to English.
Yeah, that's right. Because they don't understand what it's saying.
Yeah, and then they find it's talking like this. It says there are... so here's what we find out. This bug ship was pulled into this dying star. Supermassive dying star or whatever. It's got a lot of mass. Mm-hmm. And there is an entity on their ship, a malevolent entity, they say, and that is not good. And this bug guy One of the best designs we've seen on the show so far. This bug, he looks like a fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles character. Like they were there's a Fly character, the Baxter Stockman character. I think that was inspired by this.
Yeah, it's just the big eyes, and then like kind of looks like a helmet.
So many
mandibles, wearing his shoulders pads. You know,
that have big mandibles.
Two-tone colored. You know, like the helmet's one color, the suit's another.
Well, I don't think. I think he's a bug.
Right.
Look, that guy's a bug.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, he's a bug, dude. That's not a man. And then
like they got the little eyes on, but it looks like somebody would be.
He looks like
a
bug with a shirt, but he also looks like a bug wearing a shirt.
That's they don't get as crazy, you know. They have the really foreign alien with the skinny neck, and the big head that Scotty voices.
Yeah, and the arm coming out of his chest.
The cat lady shows up later, though.
Yeah, well, yes, you're right. This is episode 1.
Because they're not going as crazy. Yeah.
Right?
But it is cool, though. I like how it's fitting into the Saturday morning cartoon of the silliness of it all and the bright colors and stuff. But you're right. This is super dark. Like, this is a distress message.
And so this bug guy is saying, if you're understanding this message, you got to get the fuck out of here because this malevolent entity is going to come for you.
Yeah.
And we've decided to destroy our own ship. So now we have, it says, you are protected for this moment. I'm a bug guy in this room. The thing can't get you. This thing it wants. And then it explodes before it can tell them what it wants.
And then there's a really funny shot of them just tripped over.
The exploding shots are so great. You know that the animators and the editors were having so much fun with that shit. And also weird poses for everybody when they're being beamed up, too.
But what's interesting, too, about this is that I feel like they've learned their lesson is like, you know, they always a part of the situation when the crew's always trying to get out of there, though, is like, hey, triangulate on our position so you can transport us out of there. They did that before they went into the ship.
Yeah.
He asked Uhura, hey, can you triangulate our positions before we do anything?
Make sure we can get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, it's like,
it seems like we're always doing that later.
Time? Yeah.
It seems like we do that later. We should do that first, the triangulating.
We have these belts on.
And
it's
so,
like so clever.
They get beamed up by this British, Irish, Scottish guy who works in the transporter room, and oh my god, the look on Bones' face.
It's terrifying.
So all 4 of the people who beam back, they look at this pulsing green cloud that beamed back with them,
and it's like shifting and shaking.
And Bones, like Bones just looks. They did extra animation to Bones look like that. That shot cost them $30 more because of how animated Bones' face was.
He just looks disgusted and terrified.
Yeah, Kirk goes to try and beam the thing off the ship, but he gets a cloud around him and then it stops.
It's like moving it into the ship, it seems.
Yeah, and then the being goes into the ship. And then there's a triumphant cackling. I think we can all fucking put together what's going on.
Yeah.
The ship now is possessed by an alien. Now, wasn't the ship also gets possessed by something else later? Remember? They go through the anomaly when they're fighting the Romulans.
Oh, yeah. That's like the silly one.
Another great shot.
Also, I thought you were talking about the other time it got possessed by. Oh wow, that is a really good shot. By what's that guy's name? Jack the Ripper's ghost.
Oh yeah.
Right? Isn't that crazy? It is the 3rd time it's been possessed, or I mean,
at least that we remember, and we're baked. So like, imagine a sober person would be like, I think there were 6 times the ship's been. And so they're
it's a
now
nightmare, really. The ghost that brings the kids on.
Yeah, well he doesn't possess the ship,
though.
but yeah, he causes trouble, that's for sure. And so the alien is now controlling their ship, and now Scotty is like, that alien said that they had to destroy their ship. And Kirk is like, well, you know, we should probably, until we know what the fuck's going on, we should probably be prepared to do the same.
Scotty's like, no.
No, he's into it. He says, take 2 of your men to arm the self-destruct device in the engineering core.
Oh, and then I guess they don't do the self-destruct sequence or anything like that.
Where they're like 1, 2... self-destruct sequence 1, 2, 4, 6.
So all of a sudden, Uhura says that the decks 5 and 6 life support have been shut down.
Oh man, and everybody's diving for belts.
Yeah.
And I like how when it's like when the life support shuts down, it wouldn't mean that the oxygen disappears. Like the life support would shut down and they'd be like, we're going to be out of oxygen in like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
They're always like, life support's done. People are grabbing their belts. It's like, they just go to the deck 8 that has life support. You're cool.
Go down a deck.
Open a window, for Christ's sake.
Oh man, and this part's crazy.
Yeah, so kids cartoon, they find a guy, a crewman.
It's Scotty.
Oh, Scotty.
Yeah.
Oh, he's coming out of the engineering corps. He kind of looks like he's stuck in a Mario pipe. Like if a Mario pipe had a lid.
It's like some freak engineering accident. You know, like those metal factories. It's like always the worst case scenario you hear. That's like how this starts. It's, he's coming out of this pipe, Scotty, and this lid like claps him in, you know?
And his force field belt is stopping it from crushing him.
And he's like, guys, this really hurts. Oh, and that noise is the best part too.
And so they have a guy that's got to like loosen this big tube that falls off the door,
it's like the hinge.
And the hinge, and they let Scotty out.
And as soon as they laser it off, it just goes donk like a Scooby-Doo like
sound.
Cartoon noise.
Right? And so then this fucking green cloud, it uses the Enterprise's weapons to destroy the fucking bug ship that it had been living on for 300 million years.
And they wanted to preserve it just for research sake, but also just like
to find
what
out,
the fuck?
Maybe they could use some bug technology. In Discovery, they have a spore drive. They have a drive that runs on mushrooms.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's wild, though.
So basically, this green mist alien is fucking wreaking havoc all over the ship. It wants to get away from the collapsed star is the thing, right? So the gravity of the collapsed star is basically keeping this being there, and I think, and it needs their ship to help get away. And what they want to do is use like the deflector array, I think. Did he just say? The one on the alien ship, it would have a very small field. So he's basically trying to set up a field like they had on the alien ship where it couldn't access that one room. So there's a 3 meter square area where the fucking thing can't get in there. That's so funny. And then Bones is like, you think this motherfucker it survived for 300 million years in that dead hulk of a ship? You think you're going to take care of it with a 3 meter by 3 meter fucking funny?
And so Kirk was like, well, I mean, it needs, a ship to break it free from the star. And the ghost or the entity's like, you are correct, Mr. Kirk.
Definitely voiced by James Doohan,
for
right?
Sure. Yeah. It must be.
Yeah.
So it's basically threatening the crew and telling them exactly what to do, but Kirk's still holding out, being a good captain.
He played the ancient insectoid and the magnetic organism.
Oh, there we go.
And the magnetic organism blasts Kirk. Oh no! And then it blasts Spock. Oh no! And it's saying, "Obey me." Yeah. Oh wait, hold on a second.
Oh, yeah.
So I forgot that I made this sample on the soundboard. So this is this is fucking great. This is what the magnetic alien does. Fucking love it, dude. That's staying on there forever. That's going to be on the next gen soundboard for sure. So it zaps them. It says, "Obey me," and then now they're gonna Kirk puts a belt on the controls, which makes it so that the alien can't. Oh yeah, so they put one of their belts on the fucking controls so that it can't access them. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, "Repair the controls." He sounds kind of like a Dalek from Doctor Who.
Yeah,
it'd be funny if we find out that James Doohan voiced the first Daleks.
So while they're trying to figure this out, though, Spock is explaining that it's a mass that needs to be. It's kind of like a symbiote. It needs to have a host, to hang on to in order to survive as long as it can. And so obviously, yeah, the starship. So they're trying to break it down even more for the audience here.
Yeah, it's a primal, like, you're a kid, you're 10 years old,
of course.
and you're watching this, and it's like, it's a primal entity, and it can utilize the electronic control systems of a starship. And you're just like, yeah,
Okay.
man, I'm into it. I'm into it. Spock likens it just like on that Futurama episode when they say they break it down to a simple analogy, like putting too much air in a balloon. Well, Spock does it right here.
Yeah.
He says, like, putting too much air in a balloon, and then something happens. But here Spock says it's like the mind of a man uses the neural control systems of the human body.
Yeah.
Yes, it has become the Enterprise.
And I think that by him just putting the belt on the warp drive, they've already gotten an advantage here.
Right. And so so now he's Kirk is saying, look, we got to try and pull away and leave the alien back here. And he's like, Spock, can you calculate it in your mind so the computer doesn't know what's going on? And he says, I will need Mr. Scott. And I just want to be like, you need Scotty to do calculations, dude. What the fuck? He was Jack the Ripper, for Christ's sake.
And while they're doing all these shenanigans behind the scene, the entity is telling them what to do and where to go and giving them coordinates and stuff.
Yeah, and Spock is basically saying if we bring the entity out away from this, it's going to take over everything that it gets near. It can infect the Federation's entire computer system, which actually happens in both Discovery and Picard.
Oh, really?
This happens in Discovery and Picard, and motherfucking to some degree Lower Decks.
Oh.
So they basically they're tricking the entity by saying we're going to resume manual controls, or we're going to give you control, but really they're going to put in Spock's calculations. And Kirk does it.
And it's kind of like a whole, we got to put in the manual control so you can go to warp, sir.
Right? And the alien is still,
Obey me.
yeah, they're playing chicken now.
Yes.
So they're hoping that they're letting the Enterprise fall into the dead star, and they're hoping that this guy's gonna bounce before they crash because it doesn't want to die.
Did you see that shot of the Enterprise going zip right across
Right,
the
and all these
screen?
shots of like Kirk bent over, fucking with all glowing and shit.
Geez.
And then the entity decides, fuck it, I'm gonna bug out.
And right as the entity flies out, Kirk he gives out this like cry, and he's just like, activate warp drive.
And then
Spock's like, okay.
And then the entity goes, please don't.
And it kind of does this weird like dough effect where like, it kind of gets stuck onto the planet, and the Enterprise just like fucking wedges its way out using warp.
Yep. And now the alien is crying, saying, don't leave me alone. Oh, please, please. It's like, you should have just been cool then, dude.
Yeah, it was really weird. Because, I
Well,
guess at this point, technically, Picard or somebody be like, that's still a living person entity.
Yeah, and
it has thoughts.
And it's been going crazy by itself for 300 million years. So it's gonna be fucked up.
But what did he do to that bug ship, to make him be like, yo, we just fucking bugged out?
Now that I think about it, he made a whole bug ship commit suicide. So I'm not into that. And so now, here's what's happened in this episode. They met this alien entity. They found this bug. They got pulled into the gravity of a dying star.
Yeah.
They found this bug ship that had this entity on it. The entity possesses the Enterprise. They put together a plan to get away from the planet, and then they also have to have a plan to get the entity off the ship before they get away from the planet. And they do all that shit, and then as they're pulling away, Kirk goes, and then we're back onto our mission, star charting. Like he said at the beginning. It's just like, Jesus Christ. And all that shit happened in 22 minutes while some kid was eating kicks. Like, God damn, dude.
Someone took a break and came back from break and was like, what happened?
Another absolute slam dunk of an episode of Star Trek, the animated series. I had a lot of fun watching this. What'd you think, Al?
I actually like this one a lot, very, very much compared to the other ones that we've seen. Like, this one had a good pace, but I guess I will say, because the ship gets possessed again later, I was more creeped out by the whole bug ship and stuff, and like not knowing what was going on.
I want to know more about the bug
exactly.
ship.
And then once the entity took over, I was like, all right, you kind of know what happens, and especially once you like marked that third act, it's like, all right, we know what's gonna happen here. It is interesting though how they like kind of do play chicken. It's kind of like a Corbinite maneuver thing.
Yeah.
And then they like, warp out of there, and it just feels kind of like some space physics going on there.
What I don't understand...
But the bug ship was the best part.
I want more of that. I want a bug ship designed by H.R. Giger. But what I don't understand is like, why... What... So the entity would die because it had melded with the Enterprise if the Enterprise was destroyed?
I don't know.
Wouldn't the Enterprise just be destroyed and then this entity would just be standing around going, everybody's dead now. Oh, I'm a mist.
Ah, dang it.
I think they explained it.
But again.
I think they... I think they explained it, but we weren't paying attention. Something about it, if the Enterprise blew up while it was fused with it, that would be a problem for it or something. They would have to explain it.
Must have, yeah.
Mission, star charting. We discovered a 300 million year old entity on a bug ship, and God,
we lost everything.
What a fucking pain in the ass diversion. Like, I just want to get to this star charting.
Should this even be in the report, to be honest?
Right? It's like this took 20 minutes, 22 minutes. Like we're sorry we're late with the star chart. We found a bug ship that was then vaporized immediately.
At least they weren't removing like the grain of food for people.
At least there wasn't a grain. Oh my God, dude.
The people were starving and they're like, fuck, they just the quit tribbles ate half of it.
I sent you that fucking text when I was watching Lower Decks where they're delivering grain in an episode. Yeah. God damn it. I love it. So I liked it. I thought it was, I'm glad you picked it. This is the first episode of the series. And if I was watching this as a premiere, I'd be like, God damn, they're doing it, man. This is Star Trek.
Yeah.
My idiot nephew told me about it because he's a 10-year-old child, and he was like, I don't understand what any of this stuff means, but it seems chill.
Yeah, I remember my aunt, her husband showed like my cousins this, and he was like, this is awesome, and he was obsessed. He showed him this and like Super Friends.
That's awesome.
Because like I guess he grew up with this as a kid, and like Johnny Quest and all that. And obviously he loves Star Trek, so that was one of them. But there's like, 16 episodes? I was just looking through the list.
There's 22.
22?
Yeah, it's like...
Because I was like, man, we've already seen a good chunk of them at this point. I'm not saying we should finish it, but I was just like, there's been so many crazy good episodes, and the stories that are lying around that they've probably just... if this feels like the actual ending,
Yeah, it does. It feels like they definitely could have had a good... ending point for this show or for Star Trek in these 22 episodes. Yeah.
Oh, okay, you're right.
And we're probably going to end up doing most of them.
The next one's Yesteryear too.
Right? So
that's crazy. It's like back-to-back massive episodes.
Oh, I guess More Trouble with Tribbles is episode 5, but yeah. So good job. Good job, Hal Sutherland, the guy who directs all these and then signs his big fucking signature at the end. Hal Sutherland, you're very cool. Good job, buddy. All right, so that was Beyond the Farthest Star, which I don't know that's what... They weren't really beyond the farthest star, but it is a star that was collapsing, and it was far.
Maybe it was beyond, as in the sense of like, whoa, the bug ship's so weird that it's, it's beyond the farthest star.
Ooh.
Yeah, weird.
More bug ship, please. So what are you going to recommend to people this week, Al?
Yeah, here we go. Got something pretty good. It's this album that dropped in 2020 that my girlfriend recommended me. This is like very it's kind of like sunset guitar vibes, Latin guitar vibes, and this group is called Hermanos Gutierrez, and the album's called Hijos del Sol, and it's like Sons of the Sun.
The Gutierrez brothers.
Yes. They crush. This album is like a crazy vibe, and I don't know. I mean, I don't listen too much to like instrumental. I guess this is like instrumental, like guitar music. instrumental jamming.
That's great.
And it's like they're just seamless, you know? It's like a set. It's like a set of music rather than like an album. I can't like distinct the songs in between yet because it's just so, I don't know, it's like a big vibe.
Bone Ripper is like that.
I need to like go back and like pay attention to my phone and see like when the new songs
track
up.
starts.
Yeah,
dude, that's awesome.
It's like how it's just the way they present the music, and like there's highs and lows being like it all goes silent and they focus on like maybe one or two tracks of the guitar, and they have this really solid rhythm going on in the back of a lot of percussion, but it's like a master class in like, mixing tracks and like figuring which ones hit and which ones don't. And it's they do a really good job like showing tension in it too. When it's really simple, like, Mexican guitar vibes. And it's like, that could be so commercialified and like pop crap, but these guys just fucking nail it.
That's awesome. I'm going to check that out.
It's a pretty good album.
I'm going to check it out.
Yeah. Hijos del Sol.
Hermanos Gutierrez.
Yes.
Good stuff. Now, the only thing that I really have to recommend is I'm just going to say watch Reacher. I spent 20 hours this weekend rewatching seasons 1 and 2 of Reacher just because I didn't have anything else new to watch. My back was all fucked up and the fires in the wind, so I wasn't going to go play disc golf or anything. So I was just kind of laid up watching Reacher, and goddamn, that show fucking rips, dude. It's so great. It's definitely like a dad show. But, like, it is so fucking good, dude. And season 3, the big gag in season 3 from the trailer that I watched is like, oh, there's a guy that's, like, way bigger than Reacher. Like, because Reacher, the whole thing about Reacher is nobody's ever seen a man this large. It's funny. And then Reacher has to go undercover in season 3, and the first thing they do is introduce him to a guy that like makes Reacher look like normal people size, and it's pretty fucking good. But yeah, so watch Reacher.
Cool.
Next week we're going to be discussing the episode.
It is a Counterclock Incident.
The Counterclock Incident.
It's dope.
Yeah, I'm really excited to talk about it. Thanks for listening. This is episode 102. I can't even believe it. Do all the stuff in the bumper, and you'll listen to us next week.
Bye.
Trek in the Valley is executive produced by Adam Ordall Quinnell and Al Hirt. Theme song by Al Hirt. Recorded by Adam. Mixed and edited by Al. Check the show notes for our socials, and you can email the pod at trekinthevalley, all one word, @gmail.com. Like, subscribe, review, and always explore strange new fucking worlds.